Now, Republican support continues to solidify over the tax scam that will essentially cut trillions of dollars from taxes for the very rich, while giving a temporary, at best, tax cut for the middle class. Now, the latest news, of course, is that John McCain and Lisa Murkowski are now a solid yes when it comes to this tax bill. Apparently, it's got everything that they want in it. They don't care about the effect that it's going to have on regular people, especially in a decade. So, hey, man, look, I ain't worried about it. I got to give my donors back money. We shouldn't be surprised, right? I mean, this tax bill reads a lot like a Christmas wish list, right, than an actual piece of legislation. Now, case in point, right? So this bill lists the 1954 ban on political activism by churches. What does this have to do with cutting taxes? What does that have to do with spurring economic growth? No, this is, hey man, look, these social conservatives, these hardcore right-wingers, these on the religious right, we want churches to now do political activity. The whole point of tax-exempt status, by the way, is so that churches, in exchange for not doing political activity and not paying taxes, could do charity, right? No, instead what they're going to do, once they get the ability to do political activism, is they're going to take that money, instead of helping the poor and the needy and things like that. No, what they're going to do is they're going to buy politicians, which are going to enact straight up Sharia law like bullshit. It'll be Christian Sharia, so I'm sure right-wingers will be super okay with that. They believe in the same things, man. They're exactly the same. Now, another part for the social conservatives is that this confers a new legal right for fetuses. So basically undermining Roe v. Wade. So wonderful. So this is their Christmas list of bullshit that they're putting into this tax plan. And again, this has the capability of passing. So, I mean, okay, so there's the Republicans, right? Well, what about the Democrats? Now, look, Dinocrats, right? What do they have to do with this? Well, I mean, look, no Democrat would ever think of voting for this tax bill, would they? Oh, no. According to new reports, Senators Joe Donnelly, Heidi Heitkamp, and Joe Manchin have now signaled a willingness to support Trump's tax bill. That is, of course, the Republicans were willing to meet with them and other so-called moderate Democrats to discuss specifics. So here's the centrist corporate Democrats saying, ooh, Trump, hey, I want to cut taxes for my donors too, for these corporations. Please come meet with us. That's insane. According to the Associated Press, the senators told Trump that they could convince enough Democrats to get 70 yes votes on the bill if Republicans were willing to negotiate. Well, look, they've shown that they have no willingness to negotiate. In fact, they did everything they could to try to cut Democrats out of the deal by passing it through reconciliation. It's all to avoid, of course, Democratic filibuster. So that's what they're doing. They intentionally leave Democrats out. But here comes these corporate Democrats saying, I'm going to run over to the right wing because I love the right wing and I want to deal with you. Let's make a deal, Trump. Let's make a deal. Now you might be thinking, look, maybe this is a good thing. Maybe they could convince the Republicans to strip out some of the worst parts of the bill, like maybe some of the pro-life stuff, and I don't know, maybe make it so that the tax cuts are permanent on the middle class and the working class. Okay, maybe. But look, in my point of view, the entire bill is garbage. This is nothing more than a gigantic tax cut for multinational corporations and the rich. It's a transfer of wealth from us to the very, very wealthy, the people who already have all the money. Now, those same corporations that we find out, of course, are funding these same Democrats. Now, Senator Donnelly, for example, according to the Center for Responsive Politics, has received about $400,000 in campaign contributions from the securities investment industry this election cycle alone, Senator Heidi Heitkamp has received more than $463,000 from the investment industry as well, and another $400,000 from the fossil fuel industry. And Senator Joe Manchin has received over $276,000 from the securities and investment industry. Of course, these industries are massively in favor of these gigantic tax cuts. So wonderful. Now, these three senators also are from states that voted for Trump. Now, the thing about that is that the banks and corporations are widely seen as having too much power, too much influence, even by Republicans. Now, Trump himself ran against the global financial elite. And yet, here's the financial industry that are salivating. They can't wait to get these gigantic tax cuts. And this is nothing more than a sloppy wet kiss to Wall Street, the banks, and multinational corporations. The oligarchs are loving this. So, I mean, for example, their tax cuts are permanent. The corporate tax cut will permanently go down to 20% from 35%, while your tax cuts, well, I mean, yeah, we're going to give you something, and then in a decade, they're going to run out. And then you're going to end up paying more in taxes. If you're making under $75,000 a year, which, again, that is over the median. So most Americans fall around $53,000, $55,000 a year. So a lot of Americans are going to get tax increases. In fact, there's also another provision in here as well that will end up making you pay more. And that's the elimination of the individual mandate that will essentially destroy ACA markets. Now you're thinking, wait a minute. You're getting rid of the mandate. The mandate actually does a penalty on us for not getting health insurance. How would that cost us more? Well, as more people pull out of the insurance market, since they don't actually have to buy insurance, for the people who do have insurance and want insurance, they're going to end up paying more. That's just how this works. The whole point of getting more people into the insurance pool is to lower prices. And so this is, of course, going to lead to the reverse. So you're going to have higher insurance premiums. That's going to default. That default will significantly increase in insurance costs, as about 13 million people will lose their health insurance if this bill passes. So they've destroyed the ACA. Not only that, but there are mandatory cuts in Medicare. So people who are on Medicare, the elderly and disabled, they're also going to lose out. And yet, as I said that before, the oligarchs, the top 1%, will make out like bandits. But wait, Jeff, isn't this supposed to create jobs and we're going to have such great economic growth? That's what President Trump, that's what Republicans keep telling us. No, actually not. And I'm not the one who's saying that. The CEOs of the top companies are saying that. What they say that they're going to do with the money is that they're going to do massive stock buybacks and executive bonuses. And again, they've done this before. In 2004, they did a tax holiday, and 90% of the gains went right into their pockets. And every time we cut taxes, we have seen no growth in jobs. It doesn't work. This is a fallacy. Trickle down is a lie. Now, to see Democrats thinking about supporting this massive giveaway is absolutely disgusting. And I actually believe that corporate Democrats are worse than the Republicans. I mean, they've got the audacity to claim that they're serving the people. Oh, what are you talking about? We're for the working class, for the middle class. We're Democrats. We're here to protect you. No. They don't serve the people. They're serving their donors while hiding behind the Democratic Party. We need to get them out. Heidi Heitkamp, Joe Donnelly, Joe Manchin. We got to get you out. Your time is up. We're coming for you. And any other Democrat who we find that is not serving the people, we're coming for you too. Get ready for 2018, man. I can't wait. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.